and Remind Me from the This Is Country Music CD. Carrie Underwood, of course, part of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Your chance to win a trip to Las Vegas, rooms at the MGM Grand Hotel, airfare included.
Middle of September.
It's really going to be a great.
September 23rd, 24th.
It's the only way you get tickets. It's completely sold out.
That's right.
By the way, your chance to win brought to you by Hendrick Chevrolet on Savannah Highway. Yeah. Next chance to win coming up between 12 and 1 today. Between 12 and 1. The space shuttle landed this morning safely, and it is truly amazing. When you think about all the computers and everything that it takes to run this space shuttle program, of course it's all over now, but you think about back at, what was it on? It was on this day in 69 when those guys got back in the little module
to take off from the moon
and hoped they could get back up.
That's right. They did. There was no guarantee they were going to get off the moon
and connect to the little craft which was orbiting the moon. They had never done it before and had no idea if that thing was going to be a fire, a dud, or it was going to work, or they were going to get off, or they were going to be able to hook up, or be lost in space, or had no idea. And they had no more computers. You have more computers in your cell phone today than they had on that aircraft, on that spacecraft.
That story that I was reading this morning on ABC News about when the shuttle was coming in, I read farther down in the story, and the commander of the shuttle that landed this morning said he was asked about going to Mars, and he said, hey, listen, we've got the technology to go to Mars right now. We just don't have the money to do it.
Right.
The technology's there. So, I mean, isn't that amazing? I mean, everything that's come from the space program, and they can now take it even further to Mars. It's incredible.
I don't believe I want to mess with that.
What, I would.
Going to Mars?
You want to go to Mars?
He said once before he'd go to Mars.
I'd get on that if they said, all right.
Sometimes I think you're already there.
We need a volunteer or two. But chances are you're not coming back. We're going to put you on this thing, and we're going to send you out there with a crew that knows how to fly it and send you to Mars. There's a good chance you won't come back. I would say I'd kiss Judy on the mouth goodnight, and I'd get on that thing, and I'd be gone.
That is a sad thing.
Because you would like to see what it would be like, or just because you want to get away from here?
No, I love it here.
You just don't want to come back.
I don't mind if we don't come back. It's okay.
There are places in Berkeley County you can go and
I know that, but I mean, I would like to be on the thing that when it lands on Mars, to be there waving at everybody. Hey.
Who?
Ain't nobody there.
Waving at?
Oh, no, there's people there. That's where we came from, You've
been watching too many of those movies.
I saw it on the History Channel.
We came from Mars?
Yeah. Yep. Because it was dry, the atmosphere was going away, and that meant that all the water was drying up and going out into space, and those people were going to die, so they had to go somewhere, and they came down here. I don't know, this is a few million years ago. And they settled here on Earth, and they became humans.
Don't you be starting that stuff.
I'm just saying, I saw it on the History Channel.
No, you didn't.
It did. It was a program on the History Channel. We came from Mars. Didn't you know that?
So were you waiting on swamp people?
Huh?
You're waiting on swamp people to come on?
That's it. And this thing was on, and I said, well, that I never thought of that. Maybe that's why I want to go back.
Well, you would be the only one on the shuttle that didn't want to come back to Earth.
I didn't say I didn't want to come back. I said it would be okay if I didn't. I've had a great life here, and I've got insurance. Judy would be okay. So if we went out there and we didn't come back, well, you know what? It was a great way to go. But if we did come back, boy, just think of the lies I could tell.
You already do that.
Well, I'm just saying.
You just live in Mount Pleasant.
But now, if I say, oh, no, I was one of those guys that went to Mars, everybody would believe everything you said from that point forward.
How long would it take to get to Mars?
I think they said about 6 months.
That's it?
It's it. If it's that long. But it's either 6 weeks or 6 months. I think it's 6 months.
Now, is it one of those things where you don't age 6 months or however that works with light years and stuff?
No, you ain't going to be out there that long. No, it's not going to. You won't come back and it'll be $21.99 with monkeys running. Well, no. No, we've already got monkeys running the government, so that's.
Weasel Total Traffic from the